You guys, she did it again. She did it again. Way back in February, March of this year, we tested a pattern together that I called my little guy. We were making a little guy, but in reality, it was my best friend's Lace's Bean Buddy pattern that she needed me to test. I cannot remember what I said about that pattern other than the fact that it was cool. My best friend Lace is awesome, and she has started designing patterns, but she did it again, guys. She did it again. The file name says this guy's name is Blobby. I don't know if that's actually what she's calling the pattern, but she reached out to me and she's like, hey, can you test this pattern for me? I made a little baby version of the Bean Buddy, essentially, and I was like, yes. I would love to test the pattern for you. Are you kidding me? So I decided that we are going to test it together today because we did the last one together and I thought it was a whole lot of fun. And I'm excited to make the baby version of what we made back in February, which feels like so long ago. It feels so long ago, but we're doing it anyways. This time though, I'm going for a really different vibe than what we did. The last one was super florally, very like soft baby colors. It was also pink and blue because it's just what I happen to grab every time I make one of these. But it was made with bloom chenille yarn, and this time we're not doing that either. This time I have the idea to make like a candy butterfly type situation. The idea here is that this is going to be his body, and then this is going to be wings that I am going to give him. Does the actual pattern have wings? No, but I am going to do this because I'm excited to give it wings for whatever reason. And then if you happen to watch that video back in February, I was trying to include these little like tiny gummy bear bead charms onto that Bean Buddy that I made. It didn't end up working out, but I think we can work it into this one if we make it like a cotton candy guy. I also went ahead and pulled my like googly eyes out of the stash because I was thinking maybe he's like a monster of some sort, but I don't know. All I know is like fairy candy, bright pink, really like vibrant Lisa Frank type vibes. That's where my brain is at. And because he's getting wings like a butterfly, I also pulled out my floral wire that is really inconveniently wrapped in the hopes of maybe he can get like some butterfly, what are those called, antennas where they swirl. I thought maybe that would be cute. I don't know, but hopefully you get the vibe. It's like a really kind of crazy, not really sure exactly what I'm doing. Maybe we'll pull some more fun stuff out of what like extra things I have stashed away, like maybe fair type vibes is what I'm going for. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever it is, I'm really excited. Honestly, I think this might be inspired by the fact that I'm drinking cotton candy Alani today. I really think that might be it. Love that. Why would they discontinue the best flavor ever, by the way? But nonetheless, I'm literally going for like obnoxiously bright. I also just realized that I don't think I showed you what we're making. This is what we're making. Oh my gosh, if I could spend 2 seconds actually thinking, that'd be great. This is the base photo that I have of this guy. I don't have any other photos. I don't even know if Lace has made one of these yet. She totally did, but I just don't have pictures of it. But obviously, I have a different crochet style from Lace, so I'm really excited to see what this guy's gonna look like, and there's no better time than right now to figure that out. So I think we are going to have a time lapse of me making the base of him, which is what I have the pattern for, and then going from there, we will figure out what his extra stuff is going to be. So without further ado, let's get going on making our little Blobby. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So, he is officially done his little body. here he is in all of his glory. I was bouncing back and forth between whether or not I wanted to give him like safety eye eyeballs, but I decided that I did because I want those to be like his focal eyes, even if he does end up with other eyeballs. So I did end up giving him eyes, and I love him, and I think that he is precious. However, I am so stumped on what to do with him going forward. I brought my googly eyes out, I put them on here, I'm like, well, it doesn't really match the vibe of the eyes that he has now, but then I was like, oh, well, I can give him white pupils like I do, and I think I want to do that and give him pupils. Like, he's getting pupils 100%, but I don't know where to go from there. I brought out the little gummy bears like I said I was going to, and was like, oh, he could have like some trinkets on his head. And then I also found I have these little tiny, really tiny little bathtubs that the bears actually fit in, and I'm like, oh, I can put a bear in a bathtub on his head. And then I'm like, why would I do that? Why? I also just got these little disco balls on Michael's the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can make him like a disco guy and give him like a disco ball on his head. And while I was at Michael's, I also bought ribbon, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could give him bows, because that's my new obsession, is I have all these bunnies that have bows, and I'm like, oh my god, he could have bows. And then I went into my little trinket bag where I keep little things, and I'm like, I'm gonna crochet with this one day, and there's like cats in here, there's frying pans, there's bones. Like, I have so many things, and I don't know what direction I want to go in. I also have the floral wires still, so I could give him like, you know, antennas or cat ears, literally anything. And I'm really just stumped on what direction I want to go in. But like I said, I do know I want him to have pupils, so I'm gonna sew those on really quickly, and maybe he'll speak to me in what he wants to become. And if you recall, I also talked about giving him butterfly wings, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's still also a really good idea. I don't know, I have so much bouncing around in my head that would look good on him, and have so many ideas that I don't really know what to do with it all. This is one of the issues I think I had last time too when I was designing the bean buddy that we did, is that he's so, and I mean this with all the love in the world, he's so basic that you can do literally anything with him. It is essentially a empty paint palette of a body and a shape that you can give any kind of personality to, and it's just beautiful. Now he has pupils, he's got a little bit more personality. Maybe I can figure out what I want to do with him. I don't know, I'm so stumped. Do googly eyes look good with him now? Not really. It's not my favorite. I also have crochet bows. These ones are reserved for a future project, but I could give him like a bow, but I did that last time. I love giving things bows. I really love bows. I don't like these colors with him, but I could also give him a bow down here. Oh my gosh, look at that distinguished little gentleman. Are you kidding me? I don't know what to do with him. He could be so many things. He could be so many things, and it's kind of stressing me out. It's kind of stressing me out. I have these that were supposed to be fingers for something, but they could become antlers for him. I don't like the color. Never mind. He could totally get little antlers though. Oh, that'd be so cute. I also, now that I'm realizing, I picked a really weird color. Like, blue is a fine color. There's nothing wrong with blue. It's actually my favorite color. But in terms of like creating something, why would I pick this weird off shade of blue? Like, if I wanted to make him a black cat, I could have made him black. And if I wanted him to be like a reindeer, I could have made him brown. But I picked blue. I think I want him to have a smile. So let me pull out some black yarn and give him a smile and see if maybe that'll help with his personality more. I love how I'm talking about him as if he's like supposed to be giving me answers or something. He's really not. I'm just really indecisive. I think he would have a big smile. He's giving me like really big smile vibes. Or I could have him being like just super monotone. There's so many options. I'm almost overwhelmed. Oh my lord. Okay, one stitch away, and then we'll come down here. Look at him all monotone. Okay, new thought process. What if he had a really small monotone mouth? How do we feel about that? Okay, I don't like it. I think it's too small. It's too small, but I like his vibe. Hold on. He's not happy anymore. This is why I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna stay this way. Hold on. He would look perfectly fine being happy and content with his life. However, I feel like this monotone look is more of the vibe that this one specifically needs. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, that's what he's getting. Okay, that's his face. I love his face. Why is he so upset? Does he have a cat on his head? I could make him a bow. I gotta stop doing bows though. I have to stop doing bows. I have a bunch of different little guys too. Like, I have a cat, I have a cow. He could have a cow. I don't like the cow. The funny thing about this is that I myself am a collector of little trinkets, so he could honestly get stuff from like my personal stash too. Not that I necessarily want to do that. I have a whole bunch of buttons, but I don't think that he's the vibe for buttons, and some of these are reserved for other projects already. This is like container 1 of the bones that I have. These ones glow in the dark, and I have these skeleton feet and then just like bones. Oh my gosh, I could make him look like he's a skeleton. Hold on, wait. Is that funny or is that dumb? I don't think the feet fit him. I do have bigger ones too. I have bigger bones. Hold on. If he was like this, and then I could give him these ones on his arms. That's kind of weird though. What if I made it all 4 of it was like this? I kind of like this skeleton idea. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, I could have like bones sticking out of him. What? This is so weird. Who's gonna want this? Like, the weird thing is that I'm kind of liking the vibe. The other thing that I have is Christmas trees, but I don't think that, he's not the vibe for Christmas trees either. I don't know. There's so many ideas. There's so many things. None of them feel like exactly right, but I love his face. And I don't want to give him just a face because that feels so boring. He needs something else. I really like the bone idea. Is it weird if I just cover him in bones? How weird would that be? Like, be honest. Oh my gosh, I could give him a bone bow tie. Can I make him bones? Is that weird? It's Halloween. I'm officially going in the bone direction. Hold on a sec. Okay, you guys, I figured it out. This is a completely different direction than what we started, which is so funny. But let me show you what we have going on. So I finished his face. I went ahead and punched in all of the little guys that were down here. His face is done. We're not touching it anymore. This is new. I forgot that I had like these little tiny jars that have these stoppers on them, and I want the jars for like flower vases, but then I don't need the stoppers. So I took the stopper out of the jar. It technically looked like this. I popped the skull off and I'm like, okay, this is gonna go in your brain now. So this is gonna get glued in here with some glue so it doesn't move. And then same with these feet. I just lightly pushed them in a couple of the holes and I'm gonna add glue so they actually stay. The idea was to have it look like the skeleton's going through him. I don't know if that comes across. I think it's funny. And while I was over there grabbing this guy from the pot, the little vase thing, I remember that I have these tiny little cauldrons, so I grabbed one of those as well. All that I did to get it through his hand was pop off one of the sides of the handle, thread it through, and then now he's got a little cauldron. It hangs a little bit low, but if he's on the table, I don't think it like super matters. And my idea for the cauldron is to crochet him a little frog to go in there that'll be like his little evil sidekick. I already have frog cauldrons, and the frogs that go in this cauldron have a little secret where when they're just in the cauldron, it's just their little eyes that you see, but then if you pull them out, they have like these little dangly limbs. I love those cauldron frogs more than anything in this world and decided that he needed one, obviously. And then finally, because I felt like this was just not enough, I needed a little bit more, I pulled 6 of these tiny bones that also glow in the dark from in here, and he's gonna get 2 of them glued to his arms, and then each foot is going to get 2 as well, side by side, like that, but a little bit farther apart and a little bit more straight. But I have to attach all of that with some fancy fabric glue to make sure that he is ready. So that is what we're gonna go do now. I'm gonna go glue all of these parts in so that they stay, and then we are gonna go from there. But let's take a couple minutes and go glue all of his accessories on so that they will never fall off. Okay, all of his parts are officially glued on. He is drying though, so I am going to very carefully place him in a place you cannot see so that he can dry. But we obviously still have to make his frog sidekick, so I'm grabbing some green yarn. This is Honey Bunny Hobby in the color number 104. They do their colors by numbers, so if you go to the hobby website, look up Honey Bunny, it'll be number 104. And before I forget, the blue that I'm using on him is from Premier Parfait Chunky, my one true love, and it is the color Rock Candy, just in case you are wondering, because I don't think that I mentioned that earlier, and normally I like to. So, sorry about that, but he's color Rock Candy. But we have to make this cauldron frog, so I'm just pulling up the pattern here really quickly. This is from me. This frog is from my own little brain. And I am very excited to bring another one of these to life. They are my absolute favorite. But he's pretty simple, straightforward. Only takes me about like 10-15 minutes. So I am going to send you all to time-lapse land so that I can make this frog really quickly. And then we will come back, finish up the frog, put the pieces together, and see the final results. But we first got to make this frog. So let me not get too far ahead of myself and go do just that. Alrighty, I am just finishing up poking in this frog's little end, and then he will be all done. Here he is in all of his glory. I'll show you what he looks like in the cauldron in a second, but this is him long-legged and ready for the runway. And now that he is done, he can officially go in his cauldron, which is really exciting. So let me get this guy down. I think his glue should be dry enough now that I can't pull him off anymore. I mean, like, I'm not yanking on them. It'll take like a full 24 hours, but he is good to go with being handled with gentle care. And then in the cauldron here, I'm going to have the frog face out. You put all 4 limbs down, put the toes in, the arms, the fingers, if you will, and then you just kind of rotate him. And then you can't even tell. You can't even tell that he has long, long little limbs. And here they are, all done. My little guy and his little frog. Oh my gosh, I love them. If you would have told me, what, 2.5, 3 hours ago, yeah, your cotton candy gummy bear fair themed guy is gonna turn out like this, I would not have believed you. Actually, you know what? I probably would have. This happens to me a lot. I really don't even care that he ended up going a complete opposite direction. I think he is fantastic. He and his little sidekick absolutely need a name. I really don't want to part with him. And I'm saying that because I have a market on Saturday and he'll probably be there. But I literally love this guy so much. I mean, he's got bones. He's got a skeleton in his head. He's got a frog. What more could you want from a little guy? And speaking of little guys, if you want to make your own little guy and know more about the pattern release of this dude and a whole bunch more that my best friend has coming, I have linked all of her stuff down below in the description. She is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if she's looking for other testers. That's the one question I didn't think to ask her when I was filming this video. I interrogated her about everything else other than, hey, you need other testers. But I do just also want to take a second and link this back to what my friend is doing with this project, which is literally her college, like she's graduating in a year art thing. Can you tell I didn't go to school for art? But no, she is literally absolutely fantastic. This is part of her college project where she is figuring out if crochet and mindfulness go hand in hand. And does crochet help with anxiety and depression and what's its effects on mental health and everything like that. And it's absolutely phenomenal. And she actually sent me a video of a teaser trailer for her college project, which I'm going to play for you guys so you can get more information about it from her perspective. was pretty cool, right? You wanna know a secret? She animated that herself. I love you, Lace. But I'm talking about her college project because she is literally gathering data about fellow crocheters and what they feel when they crochet, and she could use your help. I'm calling you out. If you would like to help support my best friend in her crazy education and crafting dreams, there is a link in the description that will take you to a survey to fill out. It is literally 4 questions asking you about what you're crocheting and how you feel before and after you're crocheting. It is the simplest thing ever, and I would really appreciate it if you helped her out, and I know that she would appreciate it as well. It is 100% optional, completely up to you and your own whims, but if your whim would like to whim that way, my whim would really appreciate you when you're whimming. I'm really glad whim is not a swear word, because otherwise I probably would have been put on an R-rated YouTube watch list. But yeah, that's about my friend and her crazy projects and me helping her pursue her crazy projects. I cannot wait to see what she does with this pattern. I know that she has a really big thing planned, and I know it's going to take her a while, but I'm excited to see what she does with it, and I hope that you guys are too. And with that, we have officially reached the end of our time here together today. I think I said it before I started spieling about my friend, but I love this guy. I love how he turned out. He is absolutely beautiful, and I hope that you loved making him with me. Until next Saturday when I see you guys, I hope that your projects are just as spookily fun as mine are, and I hope that you don't have to untangle too much yarn, because that is spooky, but it is not fun. Y'all have a great week, and I will see you next Saturday for the next crochet project that we take on. Bye, guys!